ask questions regarding biblical history.
You can ask.
More specifically about Judas and the crucifixion of Christ. I read a book about scrolls that were found, and the book was called The Gospel According to Judas. It mentions that Judas had a dream that he shared with Jesus, that the other apostles in the dream were stoning him, and he didn't understand it. Jesus took him aside and told him that he had a task to do that was a very important task, and that it was very special that he was chosen to do it because of his level of awareness, but that it would make the other apostles angry. And I was wondering if that was just a dream, or was it a premonition? Did they stone him?
That was a premonition that he had, but it didn't happen.
Okay.
It didn't happen. He wasn't stoned.
Okay.
And just as you all are perfect, he was perfect too. And he had chosen to do that, although, you know, as we all know from history, as you say, many looked upon that as something of a negative. However, if that had never happened, we would have never had that opportunity to be saved as a whole, okay, and invited into that space by what he gave up for all of us. So he chose that, and that was an agreement that he had between Jesus. That was an agreement that he had between everyone. Everyone. Just like you make agreements that you're unaware of, but they impact everyone around you. And it's like water, the ripples in a wall. You know, you throw a stone in a pond and it ripples out and it keeps going to connect with people that you aren't even aware of.
Okay.
And that's what happened with Judas. You know, he performed this act of what started a whole revolution, really.
Yes.
You know, he was really, in a lot of ways, the catalyst, okay? And he impacted so many people's lives by that, yet he was judged very harshly for that.
Yeah.
And because of that, he couldn't handle the guilt himself.
Okay.
The guilt was too much for him to handle, because he had betrayed someone who he dearly loved.
The way the scrolls described it was that he did this at Jesus' request. That Judas didn't realize that, didn't see it as a betrayal, that he was assisting. Is that where the soul?
Well, that is true. But the reason that he saw it like that is because he understood the higher meaning of it at the time.
Okay.
Okay? And then the worldly aspect came into it, which was the guilt.
Okay. I see. And the attitude of guilt, the attitude of judgment from all the others, including the disciples.
Including himself, too.
And himself. Okay.
Probably more important himself.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. It's a reminder of our forgiving ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And he was put there for that reason, to show all of you how important that is. But that message kind of got lost.
Yeah.
Like it does in a lot of things.
Yeah. Thank you.